Hi, I'm Tim Collins. I'm a professional pitcher, and today I want to talk to you guys about the proper footwork and the proper placement to stand on the rubber. So the first thing I want to address is where you would stand on the rubber. Now, a lot of guys, or a lot of pitching coaches that I've had in the past would tell you that lefties should stand on the first base side and righties should stand on the third base side. Now, for me, it's all preference. If you like to stand on the third base side, you should stand on the third base side. But what I like to teach for younger kids is standing in the middle of the rubber. It gives them a good line to home plate, centers them up, which makes it a lot easier for them to stay on line when they're throwing. So one of the things I wanted to talk about while on the rubber is when you're throwing, where you should land and how. Okay, so when you're throwing towards home, you want to get as good a line as possible for you going towards home. So for me, what I like to do is if my toe is in the middle, I'd like to draw a line right down the middle of the mound so that I know when I'm throwing where I'm landing. You know, so you should be landing somewhere along those lines. One of the things to think about when you're landing is, which is a good reference if you have a line down there, if you're landing on the right side of the line, that means you're opening up. If you're landing on the left side of the line, that means you're closing off. You know, so for you to get in a good throwing position, you want to land on or as close to the line as possible. One of the things to think about when you're landing is to land on the ball of your foot. One of the things that pitching coaches teach not to do is land on your heel. So if you're landing on the ball of your foot, you keep all your motion going towards home. If you're landing on the ball of your foot, you're staying back. You're not getting through the ball, which is probably going to take velocity off. So for me, I like to stand on the third base side. That's just preference. You know, a lot of guys, you know, will stand anywhere on the rubber. You know, whatever's comfortable for you. Well, for me, standing on this side of the rubber, now I'm a little unorthodox. I like to stay pretty closed because I'm so aggressive when I go towards home plate. I like to kind of close myself off a little bit so that when I'm going home, I don't open up. So for me, if I was to stand straight and throw like how I throw, I might not be on the mound. I'll be off the mound. So for me, I like to, and as you get older, you start to feel it a little bit, you know, what you need to do to tweak it to stay on line. So what I've developed over the years is I close myself off from the start, and when I throw, I'm able to stay on that line and get through the baseball. Now, coaches in the past have told me to try it over here, which I guess for a lefty creates a harder angle for the lefty hitter and a little bit difficult for the righty hitter. But I stuck with it over here. Like I said, this is all preference, whatever's comfortable for you. But to start off, I would stay in the middle. And remember to, when you're striding, land on the ball of your foot, stay in line with the catcher. If it helps you, draw a line in the dirt, land on the ball of your foot, follow through. I'm Tim Collins, and thanks for watching.